Hello, it's Dumplet here. Welcome to part 11 of 25 of the College Entrance Test Review. Credits to the Review Masters for providing me with these items. To continue, item 41. What percent profit was made on a pair of pants that was bought for 250 pesos and sold for 350 pesos? Now, to know what your percent profit is, we would first get the profit. So the profit is acquired simply by the selling price minus the original price that it was bought for. So you sold it for 350, but originally you used 250 to buy it, so you'll eventually get a profit of 100 pesos. So how do I convert this profit into percent? So first of all, you want to take what part of your profit, what part of the original amount of money is your profit. So I have to write down the fraction 100 over 250. So my profit divided by the original amount that I spent on the pants. Now, since we're converting it to percentage, we will have the times 100% as a factor. So all we have to do is simplify this expression. Now, 100 over 250, you can cancel and cancel that. It's going to be 2 and 5. Both are divisible by 50. So essentially, we're just getting 2/5 times 100%. And the 5 and the 100 will cancel. The 100 becomes a 20. So multiplying this out, it's going to give us 40%. And this will give us choice D. Item 42. If y is less than -2, which of the following must have the greatest value? And we're given with 4 expressions in terms of y. As usual, we can use the substitution technique. Let's say y equals -3, so we can easily compare the expressions. So we're left to simplify this first before we do any further work. So 2 over y becomes -2/3. Y over 2 becomes -3/2. So just comparing these two, we can already tell that a is smaller than b. A is larger than b. So we can cross out b already. Now for c, it's going to be 2 over -2, and that gives -1. -1 is still smaller than 2/3, so we can cancel this out. Now for d, it's 2 over -3 minus 1. That's going to give you 2 over -4. That's essentially -1/2. Now comparing -2/3 and -1/2, you might want to use the number line for it. Now if -1/2 is here, then -2/3 is to the left of -1/2. So in terms of the value of the two values, since -1/2 is on the right, -1/2 would be greater than -2/3. So -1/2 will be our answer, and we can finally cross out answer A. So we cross out A, B, and C, so the answer should be D. So this is the answer. Item 43. 3x plus 2 times 4x minus 5 equals, and we have 4 polynomial expressions. Now you can use the technique of substituting values for x. Like I can, for example, make x equals 1. That's a valid solution, and you'll be able to get the answer. But let's try to solve this by knowing the expansion. So recall that if we're multiplying two, these are called binomials. So multiplying linear binomials, we're going to get the following. So multiply out the blue. So 3x times 4x, that's going to give you 12x squared. So we're done with the blue. Let's go to the green. 3x times 5, that's going to give you 15. And the sign is minus, so we write minus 15x. The red part, 2 and 4x, they have a product of 8. The sign is plus, so we use plus 8x. And then finally, for the yellow part, 2 and 5, they multiply to be 10. The sign is minus, so I'm just going to write minus 10. And all we're left to do is to simplify. 12x squared is just 12x squared. What we really have to work with is this minus 15x plus 8x. So negative 15x plus 8x, that gives us negative 7x as a result. And then the minus 10, we just copy. So just comparing this with our answers, it must be choice C. So choice C is our answer. For item 44, if 0.002x equals 2, then 2.2x equals one of these 4 values. So some of you guys may try to solve for x, which is, well, it is possible, but generally when we have a question that does not ask for x, instead an expression in terms of x, chances are there's always a trick. And there's always a trick in this item, because take a look at the given, 0.002x equals 2. Now, note how I can multiply both sides by 100 first. So I'll move the decimal place to the right 2 spaces since I'm multiplying by 100. And for this part, I'm just going to annex 2 zeros. So I'm just going to concatenate or add 2 zeros at the end. And this becomes 0.2x equals 200 after multiplying both sides by 100. Now note that if I multiply both sides by a factor, 11, 11 times 0.2 is equal to actually 2.2. So this is the motivation behind it. So I'll be able to get that 2.2x equals, and all I have to do is just expand this, 200 times 11. So 200 times 11, we'll copy the zeros first, and then we're left with multiplying 2 times 11, and that gives 22. So 2.2x is equal to 2,200. So comparing these 4 answers, it should be choice C. So that's the answer. Hopefully you guys learned something new from this video, and I'll see you in part 12. Bye-bye!